So in this part of Paul's story in Acts of the Apostles, we find Paul, he's completely absent from this part of the narrative, right? It's basically he's an object that's getting moved around. We're so used to seeing Paul as a vibrant, dynamic character. He's speaking, he's confronting opponents, he's doing, he's miracles occur through him. We see Paul as this small dynamo. That's the literal translation of his name. Paul means like a little dynamo. And so that's the way we see Paul. But here, Paul is, again, he's more an object of other people's maneuverings and power. And in that sense, Paul we can enter into this story by understanding ourselves, as there are many times when, there are times when we feel like we're a dynamo and we can change things and we can get things done, and we've got the world by tail. And then there are times in our lives where it's more like we're an object of other person's power, that we get moved along almost despite our desires, and certainly without any consultation from us. In fact, I wonder if that's kind of essentially the dilemma of the modern, essentially being caught up in processes that we have no control over, and feeling moved from point A to point B without anyone really speaking to us, right? The letter goes from the commander of the garrison, the Roman tribune, to the governor Felix, and again, nobody's talking to Paul. So often life happens and nobody bothers to check with us. But Paul is waiting for his moment. He waits for the moment when he will have an opportunity to speak a good word to any who will listen. And that is the standard to which he holds himself accountable. He's going to speak his word. When he is invited to speak, he's going to speak. And he is going to embody in his own person the message that he brings. So I encourage you to look for that moment when God will provide you a moment to speak in circumstances that are completely out of your control, where you've been moved from point A to point B by other factors and forces, and yet you can await your moment to have an impact. You can await your moment to have a good word to those who can hear you. Through word or deed, you can witness to Jesus and the power of his love in your life. A reading from the Acts of the Apostles. The tribune summoned 2 of the centurions and said, "Get ready to leave by 9 o'clock tonight for Caesarea with 200 soldiers, 70 horsemen, and 200 spearmen. Also provide mounts for Paul to ride and take him safely to Felix the governor." He wrote a letter to this effect. "Claudius Lysias, to his excellency the governor Felix, greetings. This man was seized by the Jews and was about to be killed by them, but when I had learned that he was a Roman citizen, I came with the guard and rescued him. Since I wanted to know the charge for which they accused him, I had him brought to their council. I found that he was accused concerning questions of their law, but was charged with nothing deserving death or imprisonment. When I was informed that there would be a plot against the man, I sent him to you at once, ordering his accusers also to state before you what they have against him. So the soldiers, according to their instructions, took Paul and brought him during the night to Antipatris. The next day they let the horsemen go on with him, while they returned to the barracks. When they came to Caesarea and delivered the letter to the governor, they presented Paul also before him. On reading the letter, he asked what province he belonged to, and when he learned that he was from Cilicia, he said, "I will give you a hearing when your accusers arrive." Then he ordered that he be kept under guard in Herod's headquarters. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.